Hey, what's going on, guys? Just a couple quick things before we get started. This particular video is dedicated to my friend Rob. Now, before you start sending me your condolences, Rob is fine. He's okay. But this video was created because he kind of dared me to do this. Let's backtrack a couple weeks. I get a comment on my Amazon Prime Repugnance review that I swear is the best comment I've got so far. Let me read it to you. A viewer by the name of Polo Oz, and if I said that wrong, I apologize. He says, and I quote, "You have the most American accent I have ever heard, and it's goddamn glorious." I thought that was hilarious, so I screenshot this, post on my Facebook page. My friend Rob sees it and gives me this reply, more or less challenging me to do a video with an Australian accent. So there's a story behind that I'm going to go over at the end of the review. So Rob, this review is for you. And for all my Australian friends, I am so sorry. Hi, g'day YouTube, Patriot Prime here. Now I've got a special guest on my channel today. This is my friend Mr. Spikes. Mr. Spikes is a bearded dragon which hails from Australia. He's about a year old. We got him around Christmas time and he's actually grown into quite a big boy. He's actually a little over a foot long, very healthy. He eats really well, has a nice diet of crickets and different fruits and vegetables. But we're not here to talk about Mr. Spikes. We're here to talk about Transformers. And my latest Transformer is this guy right here, Power of the Primes OUTBACK. Now I had to get OUTBACK from Amazon.com because I checked all my different stores and they never got one in, so I had to break down and order one online. He's doing his old helicopter tail here. So let me put Mr. Spikes down and we'll go with this figure. Now, as I said before, OUTBACK is a Legends Class figure from the Power of the Primes line. And if you take a real good look at him, he's actually a straight remold and repaint of the Titan Master Brawn figure that came out about last year. He's got some really nice packaging, showing him here on the front getting ready to attack. Package, of course, shows him in robot mode. A little picture of his vehicle right there. Flip him on the back. You've got robot mode, vehicle mode, and a real quick bio. Bio reads, "Doesn't follow the rules, plans, or roads. That's going the long way." So anyway, there he is in the package. One quick look for you if you're interested. So now I'm going to invite you to crack yourself open a nice Foster's, you know, Australian for beer. Sit back and relax and check out my video review of Power of the Primes OUTBACK. But we've got to get this guy out of the package, so let's go ahead and do that right now. Now wait a minute, that's not a knife. That's a knife.
Do you come from a land down under? Where women go and men wonder. Can't you hear the thunder? You better run, you better take cover.
Now once you get OUTBACK all out of his package, you'll see he comes with a collector's card which has the same artwork that was on the package itself. Flip him around. He is bonded with Alchemist Prime, creating Alchemist OUTBACK. Refines energon to fuel rocket speed travel over ground. So whatever that means. He also comes with instructions, but you don't really need them because how simple this guy is to transform. OUTBACK right out of the package is in robot mode already, and he's got a very nice looking robot mode. I love the head sculpt. Let's see if we can focus in on that a little bit. Hello, focus. I don't think it's going to do it. Anyway, he's got a really nice head sculpt right there and a nice paint job. He's got tampograph symbols right there on the chest, and the rest looks like it's paint. But it's a very nice looking paint job, all brown and tan.
looking like the desert or the Outback itself, which he's named after. His arms do a complete 360. They're on a ball joint. He's also got ball jointed elbows, and they can twist back and forth as well. No wrist swivel, but he doesn't really need them. He also has ball jointed hips and a knee bend, so his legs can go all over the place. Now, as far as his head is concerned, he can turn his head all the way around. Don't know why he wants to look at the back of his truck, but there's an option for you. So he's got good articulation all the way around. He can even bring his shoulders up and down thanks to transformation. Now he comes with one accessory, this little shield / gun right here that can be mounted either on his wrist or you can take it off and put it in his hand like so as a type of pistol. I'm assuming it's a weapon due to the 3 holes there on the front, so you can make him shoot. Bang, bang. Now, Outback here is a great homage to his original 1986 figure from Generation 1 that I happen to have right here. He's got the same collars, practically the same head sculpt, and the same tampograph symbol right there on his chest. So I love the homage to the 1986 original. Really adds to the collector value of this figure. Now, as I said earlier, Outback is also a straight remold, retool of Brawn, with a different head sculpt and different tampograph symbols right there on the chest. Brawn has an Autobot symbol. He's got his little whatever that is. The main difference, of course, is the head sculpt and the collars. Now, of course, what's funny is you've got Outback, who is a remold of Brawn, and in Generation 1, you had Outback, who was a remold of Brawn. So as you can see, the Titans Return line is doing the same type of remold reimagining that was started back in the 1980s. Now, to transform Outback to vehicle mode, the first thing you want to do is remove the weapon. Then you're going to take the forearms and flip them around to where the wrist circles are facing front. Then you're going to move the shoulders up, and they kind of snap right in there along the top of his head. You're going to snap the legs together here at the bottom. Take these little plates right here, which are his heel spurs, and move them, fold them actually into his feet. Then you're going to simply flip him around and make sure those little tabs right there tab into those slots. So once you get him all in and tabbed, there's Brawn in vehicle mode. Now, I really like the way he looks in this vehicle mode because it reminds me of the Humvee that I used to drive when I was deployed to Iraq back in 2004. What's supposed to go right here on the back is the weapon tire shield thing. Goes right here. Got 2 tabs right there that snap into those slots. And there you go. There's Outback in his vehicle mode. Rolls very, very well. Doesn't have many paint applications. He's got the silver here on the side, along with the brown for, I guess, the step and gas tank. Kind of plain, if you ask me. Could use some decals there for the headlights. And maybe some decals there on the back for taillights. But all in all, he's not a bad looking vehicle at all. Now, another feature is you can take the top, flip it up, and add a Titan Master or Power Master inside the drive. So we've got Soulless Prime from Repugnus. Slap him right in there and shut the top. There you go. He's off for an adventure. Now what's cool is you can actually leave whatever Power Master or Titan Master you have. He can stay inside. It won't affect the transformation at all. So let's take a look here at Outback in vehicle mode compared to Brawn in vehicle mode. Now, I actually like the paint applications on Brawn a lot better than I do Outback, but that's mainly because of the chrome grille here on the front. Other than that, the only differences between the two is the paint job. Now, let's compare the Power of the Primes figures to the Generation 1 counterparts. We've got Outback from Generation 1 and Brawn from Generation 1. Now, you see the one big main difference on their vehicle modes is that Generation 1 Braun came with a cannon on top of the vehicle. I really wish the Power of the Primes Outback came with a cannon as well. Now, fortunately, there's a lot of third-party companies that make weapons for these type of figures, and I happen to have one right here from a company called Dr. Wu. So it doesn't look exactly like it does for the Generation 1 figure, but you have that option right there of what Outback would look with a cannon on top of his roof, just like his 1986 version. And there you go, mates, Power of the Primes Outback. I like this figure a lot more than I thought I would, especially since it's just a remold, repaint of a figure I already have in my collection. I think I'm going to go online and see if I can find a weapon for him. I know a company named Nonnef Productions makes a 8-piece weapon set for Legends Class figures, and one of the weapons is a direct callback to his Generation 1 cannon right here. So there you go, guys. Power of the Primes Outback.
Crikey, that's good. Now, just on a side note, that's actually my first Foster's. I bought this just for this video, and I actually like it. Now, more importantly, do I recommend the Power of the Primes Outback for your collection? Without a doubt. It's a nice figure. Even though it's a repaint, remold of Braun, there's enough difference between the two figures to really make them stand out on your shelves and not look exactly alike. I like his collar. I really like the head sculpt. So yeah, I recommend him. Put him in your collection. You won't be sorry. And I won't be sorry if you go ahead and give me a like and even subscribe to my channel. As you can see behind me, I've got all kinds of Transformers ranging from the 1980s up until today's modern figures, and I'd love to get them in front of this camera to show you. So once again, guys, this has been Patriot Prime signing out. Hoo-ah! I didn't know how to do hoo-ah in an Australian accent. All right, guys, story time. Now, I'm thinking this took place in 1997 or 1998 when Steve Irwin, the crocodile hunter, was very popular. Rest in peace, Steve. The world is a worse place without you in it. And of course, everybody was doing Steve Irwin impersonations, crikey, and all that. So my buddy Rob, another friend of mine, James, and us three were loss control managers for the Kmart Corporation. So we were paid to bust shoplifters. Yeah, that was a fun job. But our monthly or bi-monthly meetings took place in Richmond, Virginia, which was a 2.5 hour to 3 hour drive from our home stores. So during one of these road trips, after the meeting, Rob, James, and I decided to swing by a Burger King to grab something to eat before we hit the road. And James told me as we were walking into the restaurant, "You don't have a hair if you don't do your Steve Irwin impersonation and order your meal at the counter." Of course, I'm not one to shy away from a challenge. I mean, look at this video, for example. So I told him, all right, I'll do it. So I walk up to the counter. Now, there's this young kid behind the counter, as usual, just some teenage boy. And what I was going to order was a number 9 combo, which was chicken strips, chicken tenders, French fries, and a medium drink. But this is how I did it. I looked up above him at the where he could order. I said, "Hi, g'day, mate. I'd like to get me a number 9 combo with those fried chicken parts, some fried tater sticks on the side, and a medium drink." Of course, he's looking at me like, what? I said, "I'd like to get a number 9 combo, the one right there, with your fried chicken parts, fried tater sticks on the side, and a medium drink." He's still looking at me. Rob, James behind me are crying. So I looked at him real serious. I said, "A number 9 with your fried chicken parts, fried tater sticks on the side, and a medium drink." So he looks behind me, sees the number 9. He says, "You mean the chicken tenders?" I'm like, "Yeah, chicken tenders, fried tater sticks, and medium drink." So he goes, "Okay, number 9 with French fries, and what kind of drink?" I said, "A medium. Let me have a medium Coke." "A what?" "A medium. You know, It's small and a large, but larger than a small, it's a medium. Oh, a medium. So he punches in my order, gets everything together, hands me the food. I take it from him, I look right at him and go, hey man, thanks. Walk off. James and Rob are in the floor laughing so hard. But anyway, that's the story. That was the basis where this review came from. But I have a little too much of my Fosters here. Guys, I appreciate you watching. Take care.